Welcome to Craig's Magic Table. Are you familiar with collective consciousness? How people that are seemingly unrelated from space and distance and time but can share an experience? Let's try a little experiment on that. We're going to take a deck of cards. By the way, this can be a borrowed deck. So take a deck of cards, remove the jokers. I've already placed the aces on the top because I'm going to give these to you for your part in this. And we're going to try something with intuition. Just when you get a feeling, I'm going to have you use these aces. And you'd also play the part of a third-party observer by giving these cards a shuffle. And so you'll be one part of the collective consciousness, and I'll be the other. And I did a short on this where I said it was two psychics at the same party. And so the cards are well shuffled, and after the cards have been well shuffled, I'm going to make some piles of cards based on my intuition. And let's see, how many do I want to do here? It feels like that goes there. That one goes there. That one goes there. Now this is going to be different size piles. Just whatever feeling I get. Let's see. And this one goes here. And you know what? That's as much as I'm going to do. That's the feeling that I've got is for these piles right here. Now you can take these four cards, these four aces, and you place them on any piles you want. So you can place them here, 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 here. You do just like that if you want to. And you can actually flip them around. You can put some there, you can put some here. You just do whatever you want. But when you're done, the aces will be where your intuition told you to put them. We'll gather up the piles that don't have aces on them, and we'll get rid of these. Now, here's something that's really interesting. We have no idea how many cards are left, you know, the cards that were not used. And you could have put those aces on any packet. And I made all these packets from a deck that was well shuffled. And we have no idea what cards are below these aces, what those top cards are. But we're going to use those. And we're going to see if your intuition and my intuition in creating the packets and yours on where to place the aces have anything in common. So here we have, now all face cards are 10. So that's 10. That's 19, 21, 22, 3, 4, 5, 26. So that tells me that we have 26 cards here. Let's see. Now, did I add that up right? So you got 19, 20, 25, 26. Yes. All right. Let's see if we have 26 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 cards. And what's really remarkable about this is if you could have placed those aces on any of the other packets, we'd have different cards here and we'd count it and it wouldn't have matched these cards here. So how is that even possible? Well, the great thing about this trick today is we're going to do a quick tutorial on this. Okay, so what's really great about this is you come up with whatever presentation you want. I was kind of playing around with the idea of two psychics at the same party and their intuition, and let's see that something happen with that. You take out the four aces and you give them to a spectator to hold. Have somebody else shuffle the cards. I think it's better if you have like multiple people involved here. So the deck is thoroughly shuffled and it can be a borrowed deck. So the deck is thoroughly shuffled. And here's how this thing's work. It's absolutely amazing. And I should have done this before because it helps me with my counting to put some of this. I'll stick them on there. Now what you're going to do is when you look at the cards, all face cards are 10. You're looking, I'm going to do it face up, but normally you do this up here so they can't see the cards you're doing. But you're basically making piles that total 11. So you start with, that's a 10, so it's 10, 11. And you deal, so the first card you deal becomes the top card of that pack. So that's 11. You put that on the table. Another face card, 10, 11. Now here's a 7, so you go 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Put it down somewhere. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Put that face down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And here's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 10, 11. Here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You don't have enough to make 11, so these are your discard pile, and you can just keep them in your hand or set them aside. And you're going to add the piles they don't choose to the cards that weren't used. And when I present this, I tell people I'm using my intuition. I'm getting a feeling of how many cards to make in each pile and where to put them. I act like I'm really, trying to figure out where I want to put it. It doesn't matter, where I put the piles. And now, if I don't have enough to finish, I just say, the intuition's gone. the filling's over, so I'm going to stop there. And you just set these cards aside. Now they can take their 4 aces and they can place them on any 4 piles they want. They really can. And then you can say, now you can move them around to other piles until you're satisfied, where your intuition tells you to stop. And so they can exchange them from pile to pile. But when they're done, any 4 of these packets are going to be covered, and it doesn't matter what 4. The packets they did not choose, you gather up. And I like to say your intuition was not involved with these cards, but only with these. And the cards were well shuffled. And I made a bunch of packets without looking at the card, we don't know where any of the cards were. Yeah, you actually look at them, but you don't highlight that. You just say, I made a bunch of packets, random packets, and you could have put those 4 aces on any 4 packets. And we'll see if your decisions have any relationship to the packets I made. Now, one thing neither one of us know are how many cards do I have right here. But let's see if our intuitions can tell us that. So then you take these off the packets, and you're going to add up the top 4 cards. So that's at 10. Remember, all face cards are 10. Okay, so that's 15, 17. All right, so you got 27. So you should have 27 cards right here. And what's really cool about this is you remind them that if they had put these aces on different packets, then these top cards would total something different, and the outcome would be different. Of course, it wouldn't, but you play it up that way. So 27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. It always works. And what's really great about this is that you can do it with a borrowed deck, and the spectator can shuffle the cards as much as they want. And you just do what we just did. Just make enough packets, each one totaling 11. Whatever cards you have left over, you set aside and just do what we just did. Anyway, I hope you have a lot of fun with this. Come up with a really fun presentation. There's so many different ways you can present something like this. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you soon.